who has the advantage position by position, going into the World Series going and starting on Friday? This comes from MLB.com as they break it down each position for the Texas Rangers and the Arizona Diamondbacks from the 601 Entrepreneur.
That's right.
This is gonna be great.
Look, this is what I live for in the show. We obviously you guys get the analysis,
yes,
and the sports talk for free. I live for these moments where we just get to have a little side conversation.
That's right.
With you guys, the listeners, throughout the course of the show, and crack jokes, because ultimately that's what I like doing with my time.
Let's start with catcher. Who's got the advantage at catcher going into the World Series, in your mind?
That's a great question, seeing as I cannot recall who the catcher is for the Arizona Diamondbacks, so I'd be speaking out of my keister to say that I knew for certain.
This is what this segment is going to be. We're going to get introduced to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Okay?
I know a few of them, but the catcher is not the one that immediately comes to mind. And I mean, I feel strongly about Jonah Heim, both at the plate and behind the plate, being able to, tussle in a way with the Diamondbacks, is they like getting on the base paths and running. Right. So Jonah Heim is going to matter a good amount in trying to make sure to keep them not as active on the base path.
Let me introduce you to Gabriel Moreno.
Okay, the name is familiar. Yes.
He is the catcher for the Arizona Diamondbacks. And let me tell you something, 817, who says, quote, "You realize some Arizona radio station is calling the Rangers the little engine that could as well, right? There is nothing little about anything here in Texas.
Okay.
Especially that lineup."
I'm very uncomfortable with you saying that.
What?
Don't worry about it. Just keep on. You got it.
I felt like I said a very factual statement.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
For the 469, she's a party planner.
Okay. So it comes with the substances then? Is that what I'm being told? Yes? No? Okay. Anyway, sorry. That was outside the point.
Moreno overcame a slow start in to start to really hit the ball well in the second half of the season. While unfortunately for Jonah Heim, did kind of the opposite, dealt with the wrist injury during the second half of the year, but late was able to come back for this Rangers team and start to
hold on. So what's happening right now is our friend Derek Holland is listening right now and texting. Well, one, he just appreciated that we were doing shenanigans, which that's what the show is about.
That's right.
But also now he's starting to give me like scouting reports. And if you're going to do that, just go ahead and give us a call. Go call in.
Yep.
Call in right quick,
you
Derek.
added yourself there, Holland. Call in, or we'll call you here in a second since you want to participate in the show tonight.
Yeah, let's make this easy on all ourselves.
You got Holland's number? Because we're gonna make that call in a second. He texted him. How many scouting reports he sent you already?
What he sent me thus far is that Gabby is really good too.
And
he played with him, but Heim is better right now. So that is from former professional major league pitcher Derek Holland.
You got his number? No, we're going to hit you his number in a second.
Yeah, because we can do this along with Derek Holland.
That's right.
At this point.
That's right.
All right.
You gonna give him the number? All right.
I will facilitate.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Facilitator of good times, just like that. Just like that. That Texter's date that one time.
MLB.com gives the advantage to the Diamondbacks from a catcher perspective.
Interesting.
To start off with. First base. This is going to be a terrific matchup of two good first basemen. Nathaniel Lowe has improved as a first baseman as his career has gone on. Christian Walker, arguably the best defensive first baseman in the game today, and a really good bat as well. Now, Christian Walker named a Gold Glove finalist as well.
Which, Nathaniel Lowe has played better defensively, but I don't think that we're getting to that place.
No. From an OPS perspective, Walker, 699 OPS. Nate Lowe, 698 OPS. He's got a strikeout rate of nearly 40% in these playoffs. So far.
That's what I was thinking about. And Nathaniel Lowe obviously had a big moment in, what was that? Was that Game 7 there as well? But it hasn't been the best outing for him when it comes to this postseason, as evidenced by the numbers that you just discussed. I think I'd lean towards Christian Walker here, right?
I probably would too for the defense, is where I would lean at for that advantage there. So advantage so far, Diamondbacks from the catcher and the first baseman perspective, according to MLB.com. Let's go to second base.
Oh, okay. See, me thinking that I was doing something. I done send Derek I sent Derek's number to Derek. Just letting you know how competent I'm being on this Wednesday.
You're reminding him of his own phone number. Very good. Very
Just in
good.
case he didn't know. I was like, hey, Derek, this is your phone number, dog. In case you need to call yourself.
Can I introduce you to Ketel Marte?
Ketel Marte, second base.
He's got a 16-game postseason hitting streak.
Is that good?
That's not bad.
Okay, all right.
Meanwhile, we know that Marcus Semien has struggled throughout the course of these playoffs at the top of the lineup. Has had some flashes and some moments, but Marte has been really, really good. I still give the advantage to the Texas Rangers, though.
I think because also Ketel Marte is one of those dudes who's been on the base paths.
And that's one thing we're going to get introduced to quite a bit in this series, I think, is the idea, and Matt Hicks talked about it with us a little bit. Arizona is going to try to steal a lot of bases. Mm-hmm. They're going to test Jonah Heim to see how good. Oh, we got him on. Is Derek? You on the line with us?
So first of all, Derek, before we.
Yeah.
All right, no, you know what? Let's do this I'll do that on the back end. Let's jump right in. We're talking about second base matchup as we're going position by position, seeing who has the advantage with Diamondbacks and Rangers in the World Series, and we're talking Ketel Marte versus Marcus Semien. How do you view it?
Man, this is tough. I do want to say first, though, it's 1-1. I think you give Heim the catcher. He's the better catcher. You give that. And then, yeah, you're going to have to give it to Christian Walker. So I think it's 1-1 right now. Second base, all right, this is the thing. This is what sticks out to me. Switch hitter with Ketel Marte. Semien, I feel, is way better on defense. That's just my opinion. I don't know numbers when it comes to that, but that's just the viewing. Offensively, as of right now, during the postseason, I would give it to Ketel Marte. But the switch hitter thing gives me the advantage, so I have to give it to Ketel Marte for now.
All right. So we've got, is this 2-1 Diamondbacks so far, advantage-wise?
Yeah, and I mean, Mike Petriello of MLB has it 3-0 Diamondbacks, so I think he's shorting our guy Jonah Heim, but yeah.
Well, he got it right for shortstop. Go ahead, Derek. Go ahead.
It's tough. No, I'm sorry. It's tough because you could go either way with the second baseman pick. So I just think his picks so far are bad. To give the Diamondbacks 3-0, he's not giving any credit to Heim for how good of a game calling he does, his defense behind the plate, and obviously his offense. Again, switch hitter. That stands out a lot to me. That to me is an advantage that people don't really look at. And then first base, yes, we can go ahead. I love Nathaniel Lowe, but yeah, you got to give it to him. So I don't like this guy's so far level of skill here that he's putting on the Rangers. But that's fine. Let him keep sleeping on us. We'll see what happens.
Can't sleep on shortstop, though.
No, he got shortstop right. I mean, it's Corey Seager. And I mean, come on, man. It's Corey Seager.
Yeah, if you don't have shortstop, I'm sorry. Then we're done with this whole thing.
Now, who we're talking about, because we're also using this to familiarize ourselves with the Diamondbacks.
That's right.
Geraldo Perdomo. Over on that other side, how do you view him as a player, Dutch?
He's a good player. I mean, we're just trying to compare the two. It just sucks. He's got to go up against Seager. That's the big thing.
Perdomo made the All-Star team this year for Arizona. So
Seager is like Barry Bonds at the plate.
Yeah, he is. He's really good. If there's no Shohei Ohtani, I think Corey Seager's your league MVP in the American League this year, for sure.
100%.
Third base. Here's this is one of my more fun ones because every time I watch the Diamondbacks, I keep getting reminded, oh, that's right, Evan Longoria is still in the league?
I literally did that 3 times in the NLCS. Every time I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. Evan Longoria played for them.
He's
that's
still
right.
in the league right now. I'm going to go with Josh Young.
Yeah, it's definitely Josh Young. I love Longoria. I played with him. Awesome teammate. He's just older. He doesn't have that same range he had when he played in Tampa. It's just a no-brainer. Sorry, Evan, but yeah, this one goes to Young for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Evan Longoria is batting a paltry 172 in this postseason, so that's not going to get it done by any stretch of the imagination.
Let's go to left field. Evan Carter been there during the postseason. A little bit of Robbie Grossman mixed in a little bit. And then for the Diamondbacks, Lourdes Gurriel Jr., who has the advantage there.
Yeah, this is easy. Evan Carter. The guy is a 56-year veteran up at the dish right now. So you got to give it to him. I mean, I think that would be just dumb not to pick him. I love Gurriel. He's good, talented kid as well, but I just don't think he matches up with Evan Carter.
Yeah, Gurriel batting 250 at the plate in this postseason, but it's just been a little bit more up and down where Evan Carter seems to have been pretty consistent, batting 308 in the postseason.
Mr. Full Count.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go to center field. You got Leoto Taveras in center field, Alek Thomas in center field for the Diamondbacks. Who has the advantage there?
Man, I really hate to do this, but yeah, I got to go with Alek Thomas. I've seen the kid play. I've seen him grow up. His dad was actually my trainer when I was with the Chicago White Sox.
Oh, wow, okay.
He's he's been a phenomenal athlete. He's had a roller coaster of a year, but he's also extremely talented. He can turn it on. I like him, but I do love Taveras. Taveras has been a weapon. That's the one thing that I do want to say going into the series. The Diamondbacks have a lot of speed. They get on base. They're going to create threats on the base paths.
For Jonah Heim, he's going to get tested, you feel like, a lot in this series in that case?
100%, just because of the fact of how slow we are delivering the ball to home.
Okay. Well, interesting enough, the MLB.com writer here gives the advantage to the Rangers with Leote over Alek Thomas. But it seems like both of these guys aren't necessarily the stars of the show in any means. But Leote obviously matching up decently, at least when it comes to Alek Thomas here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Let's take it to right field. This is probably the most fun of the matchups position-wise. Corbin Carroll is going to be the National League Rookie of the Year. We know that. Adolis Garcia tore through the American League Championship Series with his torrid run that he had. Who has the advantage in right field going into the World Series, Corbin Carroll or Adolis Garcia?
This is going to be the thing to deal with right here. Two kind of opposite guys. One's got a lot of speed. The other guy's got a cannon. You also talk about the offensive side. One's got extreme pop that we just absolutely love when he pimps a home run, by the way. And the other guy, he has pop, but he's got the speed that he's such a threat once he gets on the base pass. But I'm going to go with my man Adolis Garcia on this
one. How much does Corbin Carroll figure into this series given the skill set that he has and how good he's been so far this year?
A lot. He is a key factor. I'm telling you, he gets on, he is going to be a threat. He's going to be testing our pitchers with their quickness to the plate because that guy is looking to steal bags right away.
All right, when we talk about designated hitter, Mitch Garver has pretty much held down that role for the most part for the Rangers this postseason, or at least starting in the divisional series. And he goes up against Tommy Pham, a man that you do not want to wrong in fantasy football, but also you don't necessarily want to see a ton across from at the plate. Who are you taking there between Mitch Garver and Tommy Pham?
I'm going to go with Mitch Garver. I got to be careful. I know if he sees me, he might pop me in the mouth for doing that. But I'm going to definitely. I just like where he's at right now. He's had some big hits for us. The only thing that scares me right now going into this series is, does that ball that hit him linger into this? Because that was a rib shot that can affect his swing. I'm just hoping that everything's okay with that because to be honest, you get hit in a spot like that, he's going to be pretty stiff in that area. I'm just hoping everything is clean there with him and he's going to be all right. But he's going to be somebody that's important to this lineup. I think he's definitely the better guy than Pham.
So we'll quickly kind of speed this up when we're talking starting pitching and relief pitching. Starting pitching, obviously, you have the likes of Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly for Arizona, and of course, the likes of Max Scherzer, Jordan Montgomery, and Game 1 starter Nathan Eovaldi. What are you looking at when it comes to the starting pitching? Who do you think has the edge? Also including Brandon Pfaadt, who is also gone for Arizona.
I would look at the distance, how long they've gone. I feel like our starters, we're just going to stick to the two with Montgomery and Eovaldi. They've gone farther into the games than I feel like the Diamondback starters have. That's going to be something I'm going to have to look into. But with that, I just feel like our starting rotation, the two-headed monster of those two right there, is lethal. I feel like that's the big thing. But again, I have to look and see who's gone longer in the games. But I feel like it's been basically Eovaldi and Montgomery doing that. So I feel like our starting rotation wins that battle.
And when it comes to relievers, this is where it gets interesting. I know that was the real concern for me personally, was if this bullpen was going to be somewhat exposed, and it has not happened yet, and they've managed to do very well compared to Arizona, who has had a 2.94 ERA in the postseason, compared to Texas' 3.72. How do you view this one?
Man, I love our bullpen, though. I'm behind these guys. I've gone to war for these guys. But I think overall, though, unfortunately, this one's going to have to go to the Diamondbacks. I feel like they've proven it, especially against the Philadelphia lineup. That was impressive what they did. That's a loaded lineup, and for them to contain them the way that they did, that speaks volume to me. So I think that's the bigger test is their bullpen versus ours. We have to bear down big time for this one.
Derek, we appreciate you hopping on with us, talk a little Rangers Diamondbacks ahead of this World Series here.
Oh, I appreciate you guys. I heard you guys talking, and I had to definitely get involved with that. And the funniest part was trying to get my number passed along, and unfortunately, Reggie sent it right back to me. So thank you for that, Reggie.
Yeah, not necessarily my finest moment, but we got it done eventually.
You know what? You did. We got it done. We got this connection, and now we're good to go. So I'll let it slide for now.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys.